Hey, David Wygant, 10-minute daily reality check. Man, I'm looking at some funny stuff on the internet right now. Dad, I'm a lesbian. Honey, I'm a lesbian too. And they says, what the fuck? Is there anyone who loves men in the house? And the son says, I do. That's where our society's come down to, man. Gotta love fucking things that get passed on Instagram and Twitter. That's how we amuse ourselves. But today, I want to talk about education. John and I are going to take you down memory lane.
Yeah.
When we were little kids, there was a guy that would come with pretty bad breath, a really bad leisure suit, right? And he would knock on your door, and he would either sell you the World Book or the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Wait,
right?
I never met this guy. You really had a guy like that?
Really guy. Door-to-door salesman. They used to sell encyclopedias, right?
Yeah.
So we got the Encyclopedia Britannica. We got the brown one, which was for the adults. It had like that parchment paper.
Yeah.
And then I think it was the blue or the red one for kids, which was like, borderline basically the stuff we were learning in school. Whenever I had a question, I wouldn't ask Siri. I'd go ask my dad or my mom. And they would look at me, being the parents that they are, and go, well, go look it up in the encyclopedia. That's why I bought it from the bad breath salesman. Oh, gee, thanks, Dad, right? We had no Siri. We had no Google. We had nothing.
Right.
About a year ago, I decided I wanted to learn how to trade stocks. So I went to YouTube.
Right.
And every night I would watch video after video after video after video learning technical analysis. And I thought to myself, holy shit. YouTube has not only replaced the Encyclopedia Britannica and the World Book, it's fucking replacing colleges. Anything you want, you can put on YouTube. How to go and get rid of how to go and clear, and clear apps from your iPhone. How to go and build an IKEA. That's really important, right? Every single thing you want to learn is on YouTube. And that's why today I am coining the phrase YouTube University.
YouTube, well, it really is true. Like, I know I went to a college that when I went, it was really already expensive, right? It was actually the most expensive college in America.
Do you remember what it cost?
It was Lafayette College. And at that time, it was the most expensive college in America, and it cost
$18,000, right?
$23,000 a year. Now, the interesting thing is, if you look back 2 years before I went, it was only $11,000 a year. Now, I just looked last year; it was $65,000 a year. So it's insane, right?
It's
now,
insane.
I enjoyed college to some degree. I honestly wish now, I just wish if I had like a bit better guidance. I would have rather someone just put me off into the world and learn to be an actor, just get to acting, or just get to
travel.
Really get to traveling, of course, but really just get to being an entrepreneur. Let's skip all this, because I just felt I loved it, and I learned a lot, and it does shape your personality. There's a lot of reference points I have that I wouldn't have had. I am a smart guy, an educated guy, but at the same time, all those things, if I had any drive, like my ex-girlfriend, she happened to get a career very young, so she didn't have to go to college. And she reads way more than I ever read, and she studies more than I ever studied. She knows more than I know. So it's like there's so much. Even though sometimes she'll think, "Oh, I got to go get that paper, or I got to go get some professor to tell it to me." It's all out there for us to learn now. It's
Everything.
so easily accessible if you just focus and really want to.
It's amazing. I mean, you can go to YouTube and learn just about anything. You can find a video and learn about anything. Not only just one video. You're getting a lot of different videos up, but here's the problem with YouTube University, right? At least when you go and you spend $63,000 to go to Lafayette, you have accredited professors.
Yeah.
The problem is any moron and their cousin can have a YouTube channel. So the fact is a lot of the time, and it also depends on search engines and the way that they tag the videos and so forth. So there's a lot of great information on YouTube, but you have to sift through the information to get to the good. Well, it's broke. It is. Well, it's broken.
It's all broken up. It's this. It's got advertisements. It's like, it's not the best, but like I learned all about every cryptocurrencies and all that. Like I got like a 10-year education in a couple of months.
Well, the problem is it's broken, but people have done it this way too. They think just because they give out free information. Remember, I've been in marketing a long time, and it was always like, give out something for free, free, and then they want to go and they want to buy your paid stuff. Now, people give the house away for free. The only thing you need to do is buy the shingles at this point.
Makes no sense almost, right?
Well, it makes no sense, and you have to put it all together. But the thing is, people are so persistent because people don't want to pay for information anymore because they can get it for free on YouTube. But the problem on YouTube, and you just said it correctly. It's like getting a college education from a mad professor. You know, you got to put the lessons together. They're not in sync. So sometimes you look at something advanced, sometimes you look at something for beginners. You got to sift through a lot of things, and a lot of people will title something that's not exactly what it is. But still, as a whole, and I really think
a mad professor, but I also now think regular professors are mad. So I mean, they're teaching what they teach now is going insane too. We don't even know what like what is true. Is there 2 sexes or 500? Depends on the.
Oh, wait a second. You want to talk about? You want to?
Sexes
Wait a second. Wait a second.
You know?
You want to talk about sexes? Fuck sexes. Okay.
Yeah.
The other day, I'm walking around. I'll take you by the store. Okay. It's the world's first gender.
I saw that shit.
Right. You saw that shit, right? So I'm thinking, like, what is it? Is it?
Tell them.
Yeah. So there's a store in New York City, and it's the first gender neutral clothing store, meaning it's not for men, it's not for women, it's for tailors from billions, basically. It's for women that want to look like men, it's for men that want to look like Michael Jackson. You don't really know what they're wearing. It's for all those women that shave their head and you know, don't want to look like a man, don't want to look like a girl. They just want to look like an it. It's like Pat. They should have just named it from Saturday Night Live. This is Pat's clothing store. I mean, I don't fucking understand. Why do you want to be a gender neutral?
Well, there's another store that's even. I mean, listen.
There's more?
There's another one called Wild Feminist, and it is Pat. It's like literally the clothes, and then they just put like this is for clothes, and then they just put all day on the thing anti-Trump propaganda and anti-man propaganda, and I'm just like walking by the store like. You know, imagine if you had this reverse store with a man where they're just constantly bashing women on the thing. It's like literally insane. So there's like a bunch of those popping up as well, and then so that's I don't know why it bothers me, but
yeah, it bothers me too. It annoys me because
it's not fair.
It's not fair. You're born a sex. Yeah. You're born what you are. Why do you want to profess to be neutral? Yeah, I mean, not man, not woman, but. Not he, she, not gay, not straight, but just neutral, you know? And it's a lot of it. Why do you want to be so neutral? What is the definition? What's the point? I don't know what I'm missing here, you know?
It sounds boring, I'll tell you that. You know, like why not enjoy and embrace and celebrate yourself instead of constantly trying to be something you're not?
Well, yeah, you know, why don't you embrace your femininity? You know, why don't you embrace your masculinity? You know, why are you just trying to embrace mediocrity?
Well, there's power.
Because anything in the middle is mediocre.
That's
you know, if you're half man, half woman, what exactly are you? I mean, yeah, you could be wicked smart, you could be everything else, but what's the point? It's like, why are we so trying to be hidden? You know, it's like, why is hidden such a good thing? I'm hidden. I'm a hidden person now, you know? You don't know if I'm a boy or a girl, but I'm a hidden person.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but I think that's being learned at the universities. I think that's where it's starting. So that's when you're saying, like, if I had a kid right now, I would be very careful where I sent these kids, you know? Because I can see as a guy who's been out on the streets every day, I've seen in the last 5 years the entire dynamic change. That new generation is just so like it's if I have a conversation with a girl under 22, typically hates men. It's like she has to hate men, and if she's white, she has to also hate white people. It's like I have to hate everything that I am. Now that's always a typical young thing. You know, you want to rebel against that, but it's really on insane epic levels. And this is just the colleges like around NYU, which you never thought of like as this extreme place, but it's really become that. And that's one of the most famous colleges in the world.
And I used to get a great education. Now you get to become extreme.
Yeah, it's extreme.
It's extremism. And why is everybody into extremism? Are they into extremism because they don't know who they are as an individual, so then they go for the extreme side of things?
Well, I think that if you want my thoughts on it, is that why I'm on here?
Yeah.
My thoughts are.
I don't want my thoughts on it.
My thoughts are that it's if you were like in the 90s and you considered yourself a liberal, right? Now there's this thing. This new liberalism is extremism. It's not that. It's not centered. It's not balanced. It's just completely like socialist, communist, feminist, and all those words are just words, but it's really just completely anti-man. And to disrupt this, disrupt that. It's not centered in any way. It's not balanced anyway. And it is to the point where what we're even just talking right now, this is almost illegal. It's actually becoming illegal to say there's only two sexes. Like, it's a revolutionary act to say there's two sexes. There's a boy and a girl. It's a revolutionary act to say I love my country. Oh, I love the American flag. I mean, what kind of psycho shit is this? And that's being taught in those incubators. And these kids are coming into the world like that, and we'll see where it goes. But it's not.
But wait! You say the word coming out, which is really interesting because when we were in that age range, coming out meant, man, Jim's gay.
Oh,
fuck!
right, yeah.
Wow, man, I didn't see it coming. Then another friend goes, "Oh, come on, man! Remember in like third grade we played Cream the Carrier and he was humping on top of the pile. We couldn't get him off, right? It's like that was coming out. Like you would go to like your high school reunion, you would talk about who came out, right?
Yeah.
Now it's not. Now it doesn't matter, gay, straight, whatever it is. The new coming out is, I'm a gender neutral. I'm nothing. It's like, it's bizarre.
I remember a couple years back, I went on a date with a girl who was in college, and she had her head, she was very beautiful, she had her head shaved. So it was like, it's all happened very fast. She was just on the beginning of it, and I didn't even know this was going on yet. There wasn't Me Too yet, but just, that wasn't that long ago. And it was like, I was like, oh, you're so feminine. She's like, oh, I don't know what I am anymore. It's like, oh, I mean, hey, like we should explore all this stuff, but it's literally gotten to the point where you can't just, be, and where it's going from here, it is pretty scary. So, but I think if you look at like TV shows, if you look at all that, if you look at all these education places, if you look at the news networks, it's like this group of thinkers, this very extremism left, really took over all of it.
All of it.
And they're just flooding the information out, including so then they even took over like famous people like Beyonce. And they use those people to then infiltrate the fashion lines and stuff. It's literally, they're just infiltrating every corner of our life, and it's basically like brainwashing people. But if you really look at it, was it even that hard to do? You just have to get a hold of the supply lines. We can distribute information through these universities. We can distribute fashion clothes that say men are evil. We can, take over the TV shows and make sure that all the jokes are anti-man, anti-white, and that's all the topics. And it's pretty much a day, really. That's it. It's over.
Let's talk about this more tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is a good subject, okay? For the rest of you, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about gender neutral in the United States of America now and how it's becoming? What do you feel about it? There must be some really good stuff. Post this on social media. Get a debate going, and don't be afraid to post your opinion. Let's start getting the I am generation going, meaning I am strong and opinionated, not me too, I'm going to follow everybody else. Fuck following. Be a leader.
Yeah, individualism.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.